Hi, I'm Velvet, and I'm running for House District 6 as a Democrat, and I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about why and how Montana history plays into my decision for doing it. So, a couple of years ago, I ran across an article, and it was about what's called the Montana People's Power League, and it was an organization that came about in 1910 because at the time the Anaconda Mining Company and other corporate interests owned our governor, they owned our legislature, they owned the press, and the super rich were sucking the lifeblood out of everyday Montanans. And so a group of people with across all party lines, and some people that weren't even a part of a party, came together to try and create some political change. At the time, it was before the two-party system. There were Democrats involved, there were Republicans that were involved, there were farmers, there was a socialist party, there was a workers party. In fact, there a lot of workers were involved because that was also the time when workers were rising because again they were being predated upon by corporations. So anyway, all of these people came together with a common purpose, and their common purpose was political reform. And I hear from people all across the aisle, all sides of the aisle, across the political spectrum, how we all see how our government is broken. We see how the systems are broken. And so at the time, they came forth together and created a political power party comprised of people of all different socioeconomic groups, and they did some amazing things. They came up with what is it called? The Corrupt Practices Act, which until Citizens United allowed us to hold corporations and politicians accountable. And however, because of the Citizens United, the Supreme Court struck down the Corrupt Practices Act. So I feel like if we are all in agreement that the systems are broken, we're going to have to come together no matter what your ideologies are. We need to come together to support the will of the people. Our Constitution of Montana says that all power for the legislatures, the governor, the senators, all of the power comes from the will of the people. And in the last legislature, the Republican Party tried to pass legislation that took away our rights as citizens. They have tried to corrupt the citizens' initiative process, and even the Secretary of State recently tried some shenanigans to eliminate people's ability to participate in the citizens initiative process. And again, whether you believe in a particular citizens initiative, what's really important is that we as citizens have the right to do that, to gather the signatures, to put an issue on the ballot, and let the people decide, not the legislature. We had issues with more recent, or not recently, the previous legislature. Citizens of Montana wanted pot marijuana to be legal, and we had a citizens initiative where that money was going to go, and the legislature, who thought they were better than us, that they were our betters, they're not our betters. They are supposed to represent the will of the people. And so, to make a short story long, I think it's time to call together the Montana People's Power League to take the power back from the corporations, from the greedy politicians, from the theocrats who want to force their religion on others, and the corporate interests, so that the will of the people is heard.